because of you, there is St. Jude.
Coming up on NC1 Today. With recent incidents, gun violence is back in the spotlight. NC1's Carolyn Patrikas talks with a local gun shop owner to discuss gun laws and the relation to the mass shootings. Then, changes are coming for Spearfish and their volunteer fire department. NC1's Erica Horvatine reports on the decision to dissolve the department and the effects on the surrounding community. And Main Street Square is celebrating our great state this weekend during the Made in South Dakota event. Monica Davis gives us a preview this morning, Tuesday, October 6th, 2015.
You're watching NC1 Today with Anya Mueller, meteorologist Louis George, and Monica Davis.
And good Tuesday morning, everyone. Live look there of the Main Street Square, downtown Rapid City. I'm Anya Mueller.
I'm Louis George. Thank you for choosing to start your morning with us right here on NC1 Today. Anya, how's your day yesterday? Haven't seen you in a while. Well, I saw you like a couple minutes ago, but how are you doing?
I'm good. It was a pretty low-key day.
Low-key day?
You know, a nice fall day.
It was a nice fall day.
Took the dog for a walk and had to put on my jacket. I feel like for the first time.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, and you know, it was nice and cool. We've seen those cool days for the past several days. However, we're going to start, you can actually put those jackets on hold. Put the jackets on hold.
Put it back away
you
for
know,
a while.
I find it hard because I'm a person who actually really likes the cold. I don't think there's too many of us out there.
I mean,
and the few of us that are out there, maybe we need to start like our own support group.
You do.
Like, we love the cold.
Crazies.
No, not crazy. There'd be something like, we'd make up something like where we love the cold and we'd eat ice cream every Tuesday.
You would eat ice cream in the cold outside.
Yeah.
Really?
That would be part of the support group that we're going to start, which I'm going to try to start.
I would not join that club.
Today. That's my new, that goes on top of everything else. Start a support group.
I would pick it against that club.
Okay, all right. Well, unfortunately for me, fortunately for you, we're going to start to warm it up. As we get later on into the week, pushing into the weekend, today we're going to see temperatures right around where they should be.
Which is
right in the 60s. Right in the 60s.
Okay.
Yeah, yesterday was actually a little bit cooler.
I don't mind that.
No, 60s aren't bad. 60 degrees was our high yesterday in Rapid City. 45 degrees was that low, so overall not a bad day. Some cloudy skies overhead, sun coming up 6:56 a.m. The sun is now going down at 6:24 p.m. Still, even though it was a very dry month, we're still, look at that, over 9 inches above average. How about those records? Man, 94 for a high, would not like that. Set back in 1947, 19 for a low back in 1952. I think I would like that. Current temperatures out there right now, mostly in the 40s, in the 50s. Some cooler temperatures, though, in Custer in the higher elevations. Earlier this morning, Custer was at 39 degrees. Up there in Deerfield, we're seeing temperatures around 32 degrees. So as the skies are beginning to clear, that's allowing our temperatures to cool off a lot more there in the higher elevations. Well, 38 in Buffalo. We're at 51 at Rapid City Regional Airport, 48 in Wasta, 47 in Phillips. So overall, not a bad start to the morning. A light jacket will be a good idea. Once again, dealing with a little bit of fog this morning, just 3/4 of a mile visibility in Custer. 10 miles in Rapid City, but we can see some light fog around the area, just a mile there at Ellsworth. So like the past couple days, we'll be dealing with some fog this morning, then we'll start to clear it out as we get later on into the morning. Your Tuesday planner is going to look like this: 53 by 9 a.m., 59 by noon, 65 by 3. We'll be under partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies pretty much throughout the remainder of the day. A little bit more sun than what we have seen over the weekend and yesterday. Winds light out of the southeast, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Anya.
And our top story this morning, the Pentagon struggles to explain how a U.S. gunship was responsible for bombing a hospital in Afghanistan. The group Doctors Without Borders used the hospital to care for local population. NBC News correspondent Edward Lawrence has the latest from Washington.
The U.S. top general in the region now says Afghan troops on the ground ordered the airstrike. This differed from initial reports that U.S. troops were taking fire.
An airstrike was then called to eliminate the Taliban threat, and several civilians were accidentally struck.
22 people died, including doctors and patients, when the U.S. bombs destroyed the hospital in Kunduz, Afghanistan. It was run by the organization Doctors Without Borders.
We've directed our forces in the area to make sure that all civilians who need medical care know that our medical facilities are available to treat them.
Afghan officials say Taliban fighters were shooting from the hospital, something Doctors Without Borders says is impossible.
This hospital is a fenced hospital, like all our hospitals, guarded by guards. The only people inside the hospital are patients, caretakers, and staff.
The White House says 3 investigations are in progress.
And his expectation is that details won't be whitewashed, that there'll be a full accounting of what exactly transpired.
The president wants changes to make sure this never happens again. The city where this happened was the first major city taken back by the Taliban since 2001. Edward Lawrence, NBC News, Washington.
Thank you, Edward. And in local headlines this morning, a Harrisburg, South Dakota grand jury indicts a 16-year-old student accused of shooting his high school principal. Mason Buell is charged with first-degree attempted murder after shooting Harrisburg High School principal Kevin Lean on Wednesday of last week, the bullet only lightly wounding Lean in the arm. Buell was then restrained by other school officials and no one else was hurt. He's being held without bond. And incidents like the shootings in Harrisburg and in Oregon are putting gun violence back in the spotlight. News Center 1's Caroline Petricas sat down with a local gun shop owner to discuss gun laws and their relations to mass shootings.
More and more are arguing the end of gun violence. Once again, the big question, how do we deal with it? We could go on and on about this debate, but local experts share their thoughts after the most recent mass shooting. The question front and center once again.
It's a good question. You know, what do you do about the violence?
The tragedy in Oregon reigniting the flames over gun violence. Now a local expert, Greg Vecchi, is speaking out.
So typically my background in the FBI was as a special agent, criminal investigator, and did a lot of stuff, but pretty much focused on violent crimes.
With a strong background working for the United States, Vecchi says while he sees loopholes in the system.
One of the limitations of that background check that I see that I think needs to be worked on is no one's talked about the mental health aspect.
Some have questioned if it's time to strengthen gun laws, making it harder for citizens to buy a weapon. And many say the law would specifically target mentally ill people.
If you back up and you look at the workplace violence incidences of shootings, the school shootings, you know, all the way back to Columbine and way before, there's a huge majority, high majority of those shooters that have some sort of mental problem. You know, whatever it is like this, that's one of the biggest problems, is that's a problem with the background check that I think.
Say that I wanted to come in and get a gun.
Okay.
What would I do?
Okay, well, first of all, I would ask you, are you a South Dakota resident? Or are you not a South Dakota resident?
How fast do the background checks go?
Anywhere from 2 minutes to 10 minutes.
Okay, so pretty
And it's
quick.
all on the phone. But the bad guy, again, doesn't matter. He's not going to come in my shop. Bad guy's not going to come in my shop. Bad guy is not going to go to a gun show. So you can make it as stringent as you want. He's going to get his gun. So then you have to back up a second and say, okay, look, what are you going to do about that?
America agrees on one thing: gun violence needs to stop. But the country is divided on just exactly how. Caroline Petricas, News Center 1.
Thank you, Caroline. And coming up on News Center 1 today, a look at the future of firefighting in Spearfish. And Habitat for Humanity is recognized for its hard work around the world and right here in South Dakota. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Which one holds more music?
That little thing.
Which one has better mileage?
The minivan.
Which one has more THC?
The big one?
Marijuana today is 80% more potent than grass in the past. This increase can cause damage to the teenage brain, mental health, and overall function.
Would you pass the drug test? Find out more at parenttest.org.
Speed, reliability, performance, quality. Everything you like about your truck, you will like about Quick Lube. Stop by and their professional staff will perform a tire rotation, 16-point inspection, chassis lube, and an engine and oil filter change. Plus receive a free Super Tunnel car wash. Now offering tire rotations during your oil change. Quick Lube is your no-appointment, one-stop oil change and tire rotation shop.
And welcome back to News Center 1 today, everybody. So after really the weekend, the past several days, just some devastating flooding there. We've been talking about it. And I'm sure you've seen video. I'm sure you've seen the pictures off the coast of South Carolina. Really just a few pictures to go over just to show the massive amounts of flooding. So right here, landslides, roads washed away. You can see this right here. I mean, just absolutely terrible. In some places, they got close to 30 inches of rainfall. Here's another picture coming out. You can see just how streets have turned into rivers. Places like, here's a street sign almost completely covered by water coming up to above the windows, above the doors of houses. And then just one more I wanted to show you really quick. Here's some people on a canoe going by mailboxes. So this is just right down the middle of the street. You can see that car in the background. Rain just absolutely devastating. Really some of the worst rain they have seen there in South Carolina. The good news is, though, it is starting to taper off. So this is a low pressure system, an upper level low that was associated with a stationary front that really did not move starting on Thursday, pushing all the way through yesterday. That is slowly beginning to move off to the east. They're actually starting to see some clearing there in South Carolina, which is the good news. Now, as far as their South Carolina rainfall totals, some areas 23 inches, getting close to 27, 17 inches there in Charleston. They're over 25 there in Myrtle Beach, or in 15 inches there. So we're looking at ranges anywhere from the teens to the upper 20s. Even as you go further inland, they got up to 6 inches. And some of these areas received over 10 inches of rainfall in the span of just one day. However, that good news is it is moving away, which is great news for them there in South Carolina. For us, we're not going to be talking about any rain for today. We're going to see mostly 60, 61 in Custer, 65 in Newcastle, 66 will be our high today in Rapid City. Mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies overhead with a little bit of patchy morning fog. However, like the past several days, that will burn off as we get later on in the morning. Now, we are going to see a big warm up by the end of the week and the weekend. We'll get those details here in just a minute. But until then, on ya.
Thank you, Lewis. And in other local headlines this morning, changes are coming for Spearfish and their volunteer fire department. News Center 1's Erica Horvatine reports on the decision to dissolve the department and the effects on the surrounding community.
After 134 years of service to the Black Hills community, the Volunteer Fire Department of Spearfish voting to dissolve the department. The department's members voted 24-11 earlier this month to dissolve the nonprofit organization, saying that fundraising became too difficult and more time commitment was required. The department pursued the establishment of a fire district, but doing this would have raised taxes and rental rates in the city to better fund the department.
You know, we need to protect what our rental rates are and we have high rents, and this would only add to that. So it would add to commercial, it would add to residential, it would add to everyone across the board.
The Volunteer Fire Department collected signatures for a petition to create the fire district, but fell short on the count, leading to low morale amongst its members. The Spearfish Volunteer Fire Department will disband January 31st of 2016, but City Fire Rescue Service will continue.
The fire department has such a rich history, and I think the entire city of Spearfish would like to preserve that in any way we can, and I have hopes that we can do that. I know we've had really great conversations even in the last week with firefighters that want to stay on. They support the city and want to be part of a plan to move forward.
The city and county are hoping to work together to form an organization to provide citizens with fire rescue services. Some current Spearfish Volunteer Fire Department members may even work with that organization if the model utilizes volunteers. For News Center 1, I'm Erica Horvatine.
And any new plans involving fire services should be in place by the time the volunteer fire organization disbands in January. Again, officials appreciate the time and dedication all volunteers have put into helping the Spearfish community. And inadequate shelter is a pressing issue both worldwide and right here in South Dakota. Over 1,000 people in this state are homeless, and over 1.6 billion people globally live in shelters. That's why the United Nations General Assembly declared the first Monday in October as World Habitat Day, and Rapid City Mayor Steve Allender did the same. Allender issued a proclamation at Monday's City Council meeting recognizing Black Hills Habitat for Humanity as they address the need for affordable housing in the Black Hills and their continued work to revitalize neighborhoods. And finally, the former leader of Rapid City is saying goodbye. Former Rapid City Mayor Sam Quaker is moving to Iowa. News organizations in that state reporting Quaker as the next city administrator for Cherokee, Iowa. Quaker will replace Don Eichmeyer, who has served since 2008 and will be retiring at the end of 2015. And as we go to break, a look at what Monica Davis is up to this morning at the Main Street Square, a preview of the Made in South Dakota event happening this weekend. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Let's write a brand new chapter so we can get our lives on track.
Many people injured in a car accident are unfamiliar with the medical treatment available and how to pay for medical bills. At Moore-Faust Injury Law Group, we will help you obtain the medical care needed and seek payment of your medical bills and other monies you deserve. Get more.
Spearfish is a focal point for tourism, is rich in history, arts, and entertainment, and is a retail trade center. Visit these great downtown shops in Spearfish, South Dakota.
The historic Matthews Opera House and Art Center is the cultural hub of Spearfish. With a regional art gallery, community theater, and live musical entertainment, it has something to delight everyone. Get more details at MatthewsOpera.com.
West River Studio, where everyone can express themselves through art. You're invited. Classes in silversmithing, jewelry design, unique crafts, afternoon and evening sip and paints. West River Studio, Jackson Boulevard, Spearfish.
Dana Dental Arts is a family-run business that focuses on the dental needs of you and your entire family. They offer full-service general and cosmetic dentistry as well as complete smile reconstruction in a warm and caring environment. Spearfish Water Park has pools and slides for all ages. Located off I-90 at exit 10, open 12 to 7 daily. Call today or visit the website at spearfishreccenter.com.
With Spearfish's resort-like natural setting, enjoy exploring downtown Spearfish and discover everything it has to offer for the whole family.
A neglected child.
Oh my God.
Exposes a citywide conspiracy.
I told you to drop this case.
But how high does it go?
The city has blood on its hands.
Whoopi Goldberg in a stunning performance. New SVU, Wednesday on NBC. And get the app. Wednesday, a missing child.
What did you do to that kid?
Has every cop on edge. We're gonna find your brother. Chicago PD, new Wednesday on NBC. And get the app.
1 in 13 drivers in South Dakota have no insurance. If you are injured by one, the law requires your own company to pay that injury claim, not merely medical bills. Call Moore-Faust Injury Law Group. Don't let your own company sell you short. Get more.
You're watching News Center 1 Today. Weather with meteorologist Louis Storrs.
And welcome back to News Center 1 Today, everybody. Some cooler skies, some cooler temperatures around the hills this morning. We started to clear out the skies, started to get the clouds out of here. That allowed our temperatures to cool down some areas. How about 41 degrees in Hewlett? Custer earlier this morning, we're looking at temperatures in the upper 30s, and they're still in the upper 30s, 38 degrees waking up in Custer this morning. Winds out of the north about 6 miles per hour. So jacket, a good idea as you're heading out the door, heading off to work and school. We do have an upper level low spinning just off here over parts of Utah and Nevada. What that's doing is kicking off some rain showers, also some thunderstorms, some flood warnings are in effect for parts of Utah. For us, some of this energy could make its way into the Black Hills tonight. That's why we have a very slight chance of a thunderstorm, but it looks like for the most part today, throughout the next several days, we are going to be staying dry. So the Futurecast satellite radar is going to show mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies pretty much throughout the day today. We're stopping this at 3:30 p.m. We'll see maybe some sun peeking through the clouds, but once again, we'll see more clouds with that mix of sun and clouds overhead. Then by tomorrow morning, this warm front is going to be approaching from the west. Along that front, it's going to kick off a few rain showers and thunderstorms. Some of those have the potential of making their way into the Black Hills, but it looks like for the most part, those will stay off to the south and to the east of us. That warm front's going to push through tomorrow. Behind that, we'll see some more sunshine, also warmer temperatures. We're talking about temperatures anywhere from the lower to mid 70s. Then starting on Thursday, this weak cold front's going to push through. This isn't going to drop our temperatures a whole lot. We're going to be in the 70s on Wednesday. By Thursday, we'll be looking at temperatures mostly in the lower to mid 60s. What it's going to do is kick off a few more clouds overhead. But overall, the next several days, we're going to see our temperatures right around where they should be. By the weekend, though, we're going to bring in some 80s. We'll look at that in the 7-day forecast. Today, Rapid City will top out at 66 degrees. Some morning fog around the hills, and then partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies by the afternoon. Winds out of the southeast, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight, mostly cloudy with a low temperature of 50 degrees. There's that slight chance of an isolated thunderstorm or two, but for the most part, like I said, it looks like we will be staying dry. Tomorrow, that's where we're going to see some warm air push in, 74, with more sunshine overhead, but overall a warm day. Once again, we'll see those winds light out of the south. That's what's bringing in the warmer air. 7-day forecast is going to show temperatures mostly in the 60s and the 70s throughout the remainder of the week. Our average high for this time of year is 66 degrees, so those temperatures right around where we should be. But then how about the weekend? 82 on Saturday. Then we're looking at 80 on Sunday. Plenty of sunshine. We'll start to cool it off back down into the lower 70s by Monday, but still abundant sunshine overhead. ClickBigDeals.com. The current offer. Get $20 at Rumors Coffee and Wine Bar for just $10. This is a big savings of 50%.
All right, thank you, Lewis. And another portion of an ongoing Rapid City art project is finally open to the public. The safety barrier at Main Street Square coming down yesterday, revealing 5 newly sculpted stones by Masayuki Nagase.
Part of a 5-year project, 14 out of the 21 stones are complete in the sculpture project Passage of Wind and Water.
And to celebrate the progress and meet the artist, you can come to the Main Street Square this Sunday from 1 to 3. And the Main Street Square is also celebrating our great state this weekend during the Made in South Dakota event.
That's right, it'll feature music, exhibits, and food tasting. And Monica Davis previewing this event this morning. Monica, good morning. How's it going?
Good morning, guys. That's right. The Made in South Dakota event is this Saturday at Main Street Square, and this is just an event that features all things South Dakota, just things that make our state so great. So handmade goods, food, anything that you can think of that has a little South Dakota twist. Now, I'm joined this morning with Michelle with Silver Lining Creamery, and she's going to be there this weekend also. And so, Michelle, tell me what you are featuring this weekend for the Made in South Dakota event.
Yes, well, South Dakota has many, many wonderful ingredients, that from the sunflower seeds to the honey it produces. And what we're doing this year is we're going to feature a couple different things. One is our sage, which if you're a customer of the Silver Lining Creamery, you've had it. It's an amazing ice cream. It has that real earthy flavor, and it tastes like sage would smell. And then also we are featuring the Days of Summer, which is a vanilla bean with then South Dakota sunflower seeds and honey throughout.
See, that one sounds right up my alley. Now, I just tasted the sage, and it was delicious. So if you're into earthy flavors, that should be the one for you. So how do you come up with these flavors? How do you choose one to feature?
You know, it's really hard because there is a lot of things that South Dakota does produce, a lot of ingredients. And so you could do all kinds of things. But we wanted to do something that would really appeal to the general public, as well as giving somebody something different to try.
Absolutely, and those are different flavors. Mm-hmm. So I have to ask, because you have so many eclectic flavors out here, so what is your favorite flavor?
Right now it'd have to be the sage. I am a huge sage fan, so.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. So come on down to the Made in South Dakota event, and coming up later in the show, we have Megan Whitman with Main Street Square giving you all the details that you need to know. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
Hey moms, has your husband been debolded? Rebold your man with Papa Murphy's new Buffalo Chicken Pizza, featuring a bold taste of Frank's Red Hot sauce. Home bake a large for just $11. Fresh made, fresh baked. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
This homecoming, our moguls take on the Bison Cardinals. Join the following businesses in showing your team spirit.
Good luck from the Gun Vault.
Score big with our low prices at Nuts and Bolts Fabric Shop.
PJ Conoco says, orange and black attack. Good luck, moguls.
Good luck, moguls, from Rancher's Supply and Feed.
Stevens Automotive says, go moguls.
Show your team spirit and cheer on your moguls at homecoming, October 9th at 6 p.m.
Don't miss the multi-million-dollar Overstock Savings event going on now at Furniture Row. Now through Thursday, find special savings throughout on many clearance and discontinued items. Savings of 30, 50, even 60% while supplies last. Plus, outdoor living is marked down to our lowest prices of the year with savings up to 70%. And enjoy 4 years interest-free financing. It's the multi-million-dollar Overstock Savings event only at Furniture Row.
Your everyday banking should never interfere with your everyday life. Bank West puts you in control of your money, wherever you are and whenever you need it. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed.
When severe weather strikes, now you can be a part of the new Center One weather team. Upload your pictures and video with the new Center One weather app, and then see it live during the newscasts. News Center One, your one weather source. This segment brought to you by the Wig Specialists at the Main Boutique, located in Tuscany Square.
You're watching News Center 1 Today. Sports with Justin Wickersham.
Well, Brennan Valley lost its top 3 golfers from a year ago, leaving the door wide open for another team to step up and capture the Class AA boys golf title this season. Sioux Falls O'Gorman is the overwhelming favorite to win the tournament this year, but don't count out Sioux Falls Lincoln or Washington. Let's take you out to Meadowbrook Golf Course for some of the highlights from the opening round yesterday. We'll begin with J.D. Kessler of Sturgis putting for par on the 3rd hole, and he just brushes the edge of the cup. Kessler shot an 87 yesterday. Moving on to Rapid City Stevens' Taylor Schultz, hitting this 135-yard pitch over the creek, sticking this one on the green. He would go on to 2-putt for par. Overall, Schultz is tied for 17th at 7 over. Up next now, Justin Kolb from Sioux Falls O'Gorman on the par 4 ninth, runs his putt just a few inches short of the hole, and that would leave him an easy tap-in for par. Tough luck for Luke Rizak of Sioux Falls Lincoln on the same hole, lipping out his par putt. Rizak is currently tied for 4th after carding a 75. He's 3 strokes off the lead. And finally to Will Grevlos of Sioux Falls, Washington, putting a lot of backspin on this shot from the greenside bunker, leaving the ball just a foot from the pin. He would sink the putt for par. Grevlos shot a 74 yesterday and is tied for 2nd with Jack London from Roosevelt. As we take a look at the results after the first day of action, Sioux Falls O'Gorman has the lead after the first round, 4 strokes ahead of Sioux Falls Lincoln. Rapid City Stevens is sitting in 7th place overall. Jacob Otta of O'Gorman shot an even par 72 yesterday to lead the individual standings. Lane Jensen of Stevens is tied for 10th. Meanwhile, the Class A Boys State Golf Tournament kicked off yesterday in Millbank. This is Cameron Enright of Lee Deadwood with his 4th shot on the par 5 11th hole. The ball lands on the green and just keeps rolling. A very nice shot here. Enright would go on to sink this putt now for par. He finished the first round tied for 31st with an 87. And now here's a look at the overall results. Aberdeen Roncalli is in 1st place at the Class A Boys State Golf Tournament. Spearfish is 4th, while Lee Deadwood is sitting in 6th place. Individually, Ty Hoagland of Dell Rapids and Nate Nielsen from Sisseton are tied for 1st with scores of 76 each. Brett Manson and Joey Fox, both from Lee Deadwood, along with Nick Lust of St. Thomas More, are tied for 14th at 11 over. And that's a look at sports for this morning. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Justin. And winter is approaching, and that means we say goodbye to Botanical Garden for the season. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bob Riggio with some final garden cleanup tips from Master Gardener Mel Glover.
Botanical, sponsored by True Green. For all your lawn, tree, and shrub care, along with pine beetle protection, think True Green this spring.
Okay, welcome, Botanical Garden. With me, Mel Glover, Master Gardener. I'm Bob Riggio. Mel, this will be our last Botanical. Man, time flies, doesn't it?
Yeah, when you're having fun, it goes fast.
I know it does. So we're going to have to clean up the gardens now.
Exactly. We call it sanitation in the garden because you don't want to leave the old tomato plants, squash plants, or whatever that still could have their bugs and larvae and so on in them. So we pick them up, take them to the dump or the landfill.
Just get them out of there.
And get them out of there.
Yeah.
And then if I still have time after I've done all of that, then I'll bring in some compost and spread it and just let it rot down.
Some people think, if they leave the old stuff in the garden, that's going to turn into a compost and, you're going to enrich the soil.
Right.
When in fact, it's the worst thing you can do.
Right, especially this year because we've had lots of fungus, a lot of different diseases because of all the rain that we've had and so on. So it's best to get that out of the garden so we don't have to worry about it another year.
And bring in that new compost that you talked about.
Bring in that new compost that we talked about earlier and spread that down. Yep. Now my carrots and beets, I might leave them in the ground yet until we have a hard freeze. Mm-hmm. And then the tops are all gone, but we can still dig those up. But most everything will come out of the garden here pretty quick.
Yeah, that's what you said a hard freeze, not just, hitting 32 then back up again. It has to get pretty well below the freezing level.
A killing frost is
what you're talking about.
And our average first frost is the 15th of September, but it looks like you know,
what
we're gonna
depends?
miss
You know,
that, but
those folks up in Spearfish Canyon, yeah, they may get it, but
I
down
think they've
here
had it already,
in the
yeah.
lower elevations, no,
Right.
no.
Yeah, we don't know exactly when it comes, but we'll be ready for it.
Joe expects it September the 15th at his garden.
I think he does, yeah, but he's out in the valley.
He's out in the valley.
Yep.
Yeah, he's one of these outliers.
Yes.
We call Joe the outlier.
Okay, I like that. Outlier.
All right.
Okay.
All right, thanks a lot, Mel.
Thanks.
All right, join us next time on Botanical Garden.
All right, and still to come, there's a new gym coming to town when winter hits, and Lewis has your weekday weather forecast coming up in just a little bit. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Ever wonder how much money your company spends on printing? Ever wonder how much time your employees spend ordering toner cartridges and repairing jammed machines? At A&B Business Solutions, our managed print services will analyze your print environment and design a program to reduce your total printing costs, improving workflow. A few small changes can make a big difference. MPS, just another solution from A&B, the company that helps you solve, simplify, and save.
We invite you to experience the Black Forest Inn Bed and Breakfast. Black Forest Inn features 7 unique rooms, all with private baths and king or queen beds, including rooms with indoor whirlpool tubs or outdoor hot tubs. Scrumptious breakfast delights are included with your stay, like stuffed French toast, pumpkin pancakes, and much more. Open all year round. Relax at the Black Forest Inn Bed and Breakfast, where you're treated as a guest, but feel right at home.
It's the jewelry event of 2015. Presidential Pawn is way overstocked, and we'd rather sell it than melt it. Rings, pendants, earrings, bracelets, thousands of items store-wide. Not 20%, not 50%, but 100% of our fine jewelry will be sold at half price. Half price. During this unprecedented one-week sale. Christmas is coming. What an opportunity. Mark your calendar. Don't miss out on this rare event. October 19th through the 24th. All jewelry 50% off. Only at the legendary Presidential Pawn in downtown Rapid City.
Coming up on News Center 1 today. If hitting the gym is a priority for you this winter, you'll have another option to choose from. A new gym opens up in Rapid City in December. That story coming up. Then it's official. If you want your Egg McMuffin at 10 p.m., you can have it. As of today, all McDonald's restaurants in the U.S. should be serving breakfast all day. Details coming up. And the Home Builders Annual Fall Parade of Homes is this weekend. We tell you what to expect at this year's event. Tuesday, October 6th, 2015.
You're watching News Center 1 Today with Anya Mueller, meteorologist Louis Storch, and Monica Davis.
And good Tuesday morning,
Ice
everyone.
cream down there.
Silver Lining Creamery there, downtown Rapid City. I'm Anya Mueller.
I'm Louis Storch to talk about some food this morning.
What is that pink one?
I don't know. That pink one looks pretty good. I'm interested in trying the sage ice cream.
Okay, so you've never tried it?
No, I've never tried it.
I haven't either.
And another thing, though, you know, there's a couple things that you're like, I don't know if that'll happen in my lifetime. You're like, I would
Okay.
like it to.
I'm
but it's
interested
like,
now.
I don't know if it'll happen in my lifetime. Like, you know, like try to get someone on Mars.
Right. Or like if you jump out of a plane.
Well, you know, just something like that. McDonald's serving breakfast all day. Did not think that would happen in my lifetime.
Really?
No. I'd heard like whispers and rumors, but
now your
it just kinda
year
fluttered
is
away with
made
the
now.
wind.
Really?
It is.
You can have an Egg McMuffin whenever you want, dude.
go whenever you want.
What's your favorite thing there?
At McDonald's?
Would you say for breakfast?
Probably some like the biscuits. I love.
Yeah, the
I
bacon,
love
egg, and cheese
Yeah, like the
biscuit.
biscuits. Those
Oh,
are probably my
Tasty.
favorite. Those are probably my favorite.
I'll have to agree with that one.
Yeah. But how about this morning though? Another thing you can get down there is some coffee. because, you know, it's a little bit chilly. It's a little bit chilly out there this morning.
Yeah.
We saw some 30s in the higher elevations. Custer, we saw 38 earlier this morning. We're looking at temperatures still 38 there in Custer. A little bit warmer here in Rapid City. 51 there in Rapid City. 47 at Mount Rushmore. 45 in Deadwood. 43 in Spearfish. So overall, not too bad, but a light jacket will be a good idea as you head out the door this morning. Heading off to school, we'll be at 50 degrees heading off to school. 64 on your way back, mostly to partly cloudy skies overhead. So overall, this day, right around where we should be, a perfect fall day, you could say. 53 by 9 a.m., 59 by noon, 65 by 3. Now we are in for a warm-up. We are going to see more sunshine later on into the week. Pushing into the weekend, we could see some 80s. We'll look at that here in just a little bit.
All right. Thank you, Lewis. And in 2012, former dancer Channing Tatum released a movie about male entertainers called Magic Mike. It was a big success, so the studio called for an even bigger sequel.
Unfortunately, Magic Mike XXL was the victim of low box office numbers, but still made Ladies' Night a thing. Did you have a Ladies' Night for Magic Mike?
Of course.
Of course.
I'm a lady.
If Channing Tatum's in it, you know it's a good movie. If my boy Channing's in it. Well, that film, for those of you who weren't able to see it, is now available to take home on DVD.
That's right. Raphael Seth has a look at what's new in home entertainment this week with the video view.
Channing Tatum travels with the Obliques Roadshow in Magic Mike XXL. This chapter picks up 3 years after Tatum hangs up his G-string, but the Kings of Tampa need him for one last blowout show, so they hit the road, making it rain from Jacksonville to Myrtle Beach, with Jada Pinkett Smith calling the shots.
It's like sometimes I can feel her around me.
A teenager's mom leaves a lingering memory in Insidious Chapter 3. This third installment is actually a prequel to the other films. A psychic medium helps young Quinn contact her dearly departed mother, but once she reaches into the void, pure evil takes her by the hand.
I'm not here because I pity you. I'm actually here just my mom is making me.
An awkward teen suffers a fate worse than death in Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. Thomas Mann is the school weirdo obsessed with homemade movies, but when he befriends a classmate with cancer, his real life may not have a Hollywood ending. Macaulay Culkin feels the sting of abandonment in Home Alone. This collector's edition commemorates the 25th anniversary of the family classic with a set of all 5 films, featuring a kid accidentally left behind and some bad guys who are not as smart as they look. That's the video view. Raphael Seth, NBC News.
Lewis, I cannot believe Home Alone was 25 years ago. I feel so old right now.
Wow.
That was such a good movie.
It was a good
I watch that movie every Christmas.
Oh, I do too. That
It's
one,
amazing.
yeah, there's a couple that, you know, there just have to be the normals, you know, the go-tos.
The
and that's-
usuals,
The usuals,
yeah.
and that's definitely one
Oh
of
my
them.
gosh, I can't believe that's crazy. Also out this week, the campy thriller Tremors 5. And still to come on News Center 1 today, as the days get too cool to work out outside, the Rushmore Mall will be offering a new gym once December hits. You're watching News Center 1 today, and we'll be right back.
Speed, reliability, performance, quality. Everything you like about your truck, you will like about Quick Lube. Stop by and their professional staff will perform a tire rotation, 16-point inspection, chassis lube, and an engine and oil filter change. Plus receive a free Super Tunnel car wash. Now offering tire rotations during your oil change. Quick Lube is your no-appointment, one-stop oil change and tire rotation shop.
Menards has the sale that lets you save big on over 65,000 items. So get ready, get set, and save with an 11% rebate on everything. Hurry in and save big, because now is the perfect time to save on all of your projects with an 11% rebate on everything, including sale prices. That's savings on top of savings. Get everything you need with an 11% rebate going on now.
The Honda for You sales event is happening now, and you could get a great deal on a 2015 Honda Accord. The Accord is the best-selling midsize car in America, which makes sense because it's also the best value. And the Accord is loaded with standard features. So hurry into your Honda dealer today, and you could get a great deal on a 2015 Accord during the Honda for You sales event.
What started out as Girls Club in 1965, Youth and Family Services has grown to become one of the most comprehensive and respected family development programs in western South Dakota. YFS serves more than 11,000 children and their families each year, encouraging them to go beyond the possible and discover their dreams through education, nutrition, advocacy, and prevention services. Find out how you can help support children and families in your community by visiting yfsfoundation.org or call 342-4195.
You're watching News Center 1 Today. Weather with meteorologist Louis Storrs.
And welcome back to News Center 1 Today. Good Tuesday morning, everyone. 51 degrees, mostly cloudy skies at the Rapid City Regional Airport. So overall, not too bad waking up there. How about Pine Ridge? We're at 54. Once again, clouds overhead. We're going to see mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies as we move throughout the remainder of the day. Now, we also are dealing with a little bit of fog. Most of that is in West River, some patchy fog. Still, it's not really too dense. The dense part is there in Custer. They're just at a quarter-mile visibility, 7-mile visibility in Pine Ridge. Rapid City, we still are at 10 miles. Phillip, we're also at 10 miles. But you can see as you head out the door this morning, we will be dealing with the fog. However, as we push later on into the day, pretty much the same thing that we have been dealing with will begin to burn that off. Another cool one, 63 in Rapid City by 3:30 p.m., 6:30 in Fargo, 67 in Billings, and then we'll be at 71 in Albuquerque. We're looking at mostly 70s and 80s as we head to the southeast of that front that pushed through just a couple of days ago. Now, tomorrow we're going to start to warm it up pretty much for the end of the week and pushing into the weekend. We'll be at 73 in Rapid City by tomorrow at 3 p.m., 73 in Billings, 60 still in Fargo, 75 in Omaha. So what we're seeing this morning is mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies overhead. That's going to stick with us as we move pretty much throughout the day. And then as we push into tomorrow morning, we're going to see a warm front begin to approach. What that's going to do is kick off a few showers along that front, but for the most part, that's going to stay off to the south and to the east of the Black Hills. However, some of these storms could make their way into Rapid City area, into the Black Hills tonight. Once again, a very slight chance. Then that warm front's going to continue to push through. By tomorrow afternoon, we're going to see more sunshine overhead. That's also why we're going to warm our temperatures up. Temperatures once again in the mid to upper 70s by tomorrow afternoon. Then that front's going to push through late in the day on Wednesday, moving into Thursday. This cold front's not going to cool the temperatures off a whole lot. We'll still see mid to upper 60s, but what it is going to do is bring in a few more clouds for your Thursday. However, we're going to quickly warm it up by Friday and the weekend. We'll look at that in the 7-day forecast. For today, we're looking at 61 in Custer, 66 Rapid City, 65 in Spearfish. Winds out of the southeast anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies with that very slight chance of an isolated rain shower and thunderstorm. But overall, a mild evening. We'll drop that low temperature down to 50 degrees. Tomorrow, 74 with a mix of sun and clouds in Rapid City. Overall, a nice day, a warmer day around the hills. The 7-day forecast is going to show temperatures mostly in the 60s and the 70s throughout the remainder of this week. We'll be dealing with partly cloudy skies today, then a mix of sun and clouds tomorrow. By Thursday is when we're really going to see the sun begin to peek through those clouds. 67 Thursday, 73 Friday. How about 80s? By the weekend, we'll drop it down into the lower 70s, but still sunny skies overhead on Monday. ClickBigDeals.com, the current offer, get $20 at Rumors Coffee and Wine Bar for just $10. This one's still available, and it's a big savings of 50%. Anya.
Well, two more local communities are looking to get healthy. Mobridge and Keystone are the latest cities to assess how pedestrian-friendly they are with the help of grant funds and assistance from the Department of Health. Linda Arendt, Administrator of Chronic Disease Prevention and Health Promotion for the Department of Health, says that regular physical activity is one of the easiest ways to improve health. Just 22 minutes of physical activity, such as brisk walking, can significantly reduce the risk of heart disease and diabetes. The most reported physical activity for 39% of South Dakotans is walking, so making more communities walker-friendly is a top priority. And if sticking to the gym is more your speed, especially in the winter, then you're in luck. Planet Fitness is coming to the Rushmore Mall this December. Brandon Boyster, manager of the Rushmore Mall, says he is excited about the new addition. Planet Fitness features exercise equipment, training programs, free group fitness instruction classes, and body enhancement services. Unlike other gyms, Planet Fitness says they try to provide a judgment-free environment where members of all athletic levels can feel comfortable. And still to come on News Center 1 today, we'll have a look at your 7-day weather forecast with Louis Storch and get all the details on the upcoming Parade of Homes this weekend. We'll be right back.
I'm a fan of fan conventions. I'm a fan of releasing tension. I'm a fan of this plateau.
I'm a fan of things that go.
I'm a fan of things that shred.
And when it comes to sandwiches,
I'm a fan of ciabatta bread. I'm a fan of DQ.
I'm a fan of DQ Bakes.
3 new artisan-style sandwiches, like the chicken bacon ranch on ciabatta, chicken mozzarella on focaccia, and the turkey BLT served hot out of our new ovens only at your DQ. This is fan food, not fast food.
Focaccia.
You're probably not thinking of home heating options this time of the year, but now is the perfect time to purchase a new stove or fireplace from the Heart and Hearth Shop. Whether it's an impressive Mendota gas fireplace or an efficient Pacific Energy wood-burning stove, and having it professionally installed now affords you the time and opportunity to enjoy it before winter sets in. Your new fireplace or stove is waiting at the Heart and Hearth Shop, 306 Main Street, Rapid City.
Betty's Quiltery is a family-owned business right here in Rapid City, where beautifully handmade quilts are created just for you. We are a one-stop shop for everything that pertains to quilts and offer quality fabrics, wool embroidery, unique designs, endless supplies, and the personal attention that doesn't exist in commercial fabric or quilting stores. From beginner to experienced quilters, we offer quilting kits as well as classes to help you find the inspiration or get started on a new quilt project. Stop in today to pursue our selections. We guarantee you won't be disappointed.
My name is Dave Piercy. I'm air traffic controller here at Rapid City Regional Airport, and I love my church.
My name is Ashley. I'm a student at University Center Rapid City. I love my church.
I'm Steve, and I'm a mechanic at Black Hills Harley Davidson, and I love my church.
Our mission is simple. We want to show people who Jesus is. My name is David, and I'm the lead pastor of Fountain Springs Community Church, and I love my church.
And welcome back to News Center 1 today. In the studio, Ross Jones and the Parade of Homes coming up this weekend. Tell me all about it.
The hours on Saturday are 9 to 5, Sunday are 11 to 5. So it should be a good weekend. You can get out and get your tickets for it. So.
All right, and I think Lewis said it's going to be nice weather, so that's always a bonus.
Better than 2 years ago.
Yeah, for sure. Storm Alex,
so, yeah, you can get your tickets at any of the homes. You just pick up a parade book, and they're at all locations throughout the hills, 300 locations. So pick up a Black Hills Builder magazine.
Okay, and what is your guys' website if people want more information about the Parade of Homes?
You can go to Black Hills Home Builders website and get any info there that you need, or you just call the office. It's on West Chicago, so you can find them there.
Very good. And how many homes will be displayed this weekend?
There's 22 houses on the parade this weekend, so we're up a little bit. Things are picking up.
So can people, let's say if I buy, how much are the tickets?
The tickets are $5, and we have the Altrusa and Lions Club helping out with that, and we donate a portion of that proceeds to them. So.
Okay, so let's say if I buy a ticket, can I go both Saturday and Sunday? Just because that's a lot of houses to get in.
You can take all weekend to get through the homes. The tickets are good for all homes, and so you can have time to get through them.
Okay, very good. And then anything kind of new this weekend with it?
You know, you're probably going to see some new siding products, stone or brick. You'll see new floorings, countertops, things like that. So a lot of new products out there.
Okay, and it's kind of for everybody, don't you think? You know, if you're maybe looking for a home or some ideas.
Yeah, whether you're building a new home or even doing a kitchen remodel, building a deck, residing a home, there's something for everyone there.
Sure, and I feel like on HGTV there's all these home remodeling shows, so that's a great start, really.
Yeah, it's a good place to start out. There's a lot of new products. We're promoting our builders and the suppliers and people that supply the products. So.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, so this weekend, you don't want to miss out the Fall Parade of Homes.
Yep, hours are 9 to 5 Saturday, 11 to 5 Sunday.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you, Ross, for joining us so much today. And coming up after the break, we head back to the Main Street Square with Monica Davis telling us all about the Made in South Dakota event happening this weekend. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
the new TemperFlex, and it's got the spring and bounce of a traditional mattress.
You sink into it, but you can still move around.
And now that I have a TemperFlex, I can finally get a good night's sleep.
I flop down on the bed and it's just like, oh, this is perfect.
I can sleep now through the night.
Change your sleep. Change your life. Change to Tempur-Pedic.
Better tomorrows start tonight at Denver Mattress, your Tempur-Pedic elite retailer. Come in and get fitted for your new Tempur-Pedic today. The wig specialists at the Main Boutique have over 300 wigs in stock to choose from. Prices starting from $45. We specialize in hair loss due to medical and genetic conditions, servicing both men and women. Let our professional and experienced staff help you choose a wig or style. Private appointments available, private fitting rooms, and assistance with insurance billing. The wig specialists at the Main Boutique, located in Tuscany Square.
This homecoming, our moguls take on the Bison Cardinals. Join the following businesses in showing your team spirit.
Good luck from the Gun Vault.
Score big with our low prices at Nuts and Bolts Fabric Shop.
PJ Conoco says, orange and black attack. Good luck, moguls.
Good luck, moguls, from Rancher's Supply and Feed.
Stevens Automotive says, go moguls.
Show your team spirit and cheer on your moguls at homecoming, October 9th at 6 p.m.
Anytime, any size. Only 99 cents. Fountain drinks at Common Sense. Ice cold refreshment. Up to 52 gigantic ounces. Only 99 cents. Pick your favorite soda and pick your favorite size. It's only 99 cents. And you can even add one of our flavor shots to make your fountain drink uniquely yours. Ice cold refreshment in your choice of flavors and your choice of size. You're living the dream. Anytime, any size. Your choice of fountain drink soda. Only 99 cents. Refreshment is yours at Common Sense.
Welcome back to News Center 1 Today. Main Street Square always has something to entertain you, and this weekend is no different. It is the Made in South Dakota event, so you get to get in touch with your South Dakota self. I'm here with Megan this morning with Main Street Square. And Megan, tell me exactly what Made in South Dakota event is.
Well, Made in South Dakota kind of started because we wanted to offer something to the public to showcase everything South Dakota has to offer in one culture-rich event. So people will be able to come down here and do just that this weekend. We'll have fun for the whole family. There'll be activities such as outdoor recreation, like free covered wagon rides, so you can kind of experience what it might have been like to ride a covered wagon like the early South Dakota pioneers. We'll have food sampling as well, which is probably the largest portion of the event. And you'll have everything from pheasant to, we have actual rattlesnake that you can sample down here. Plus, Silver Lining Creamery will have their sage ice cream there. You don't want to miss that. It's definitely a must sample dessert item that we'll be featuring. And so just a great opportunity to kind of taste and sample all those little things that South Dakota offers.
Absolutely. And the sage ice cream was really good. I've already had a little taste, but I don't think I'm going to be eating any rattlesnake. I'm going to steer the opposite direction of that. So tell people the details so that they know when to show up this weekend.
Well, the event is from noon to 6, and you can see all the details at mainstreetsquarerc.com. We're going to have live music by Sergeant Rock. They're a South Dakota National Guard band. We also have country music they'll be playing as well. So lots of entertainment. There'll be kids activities, bounce houses, the food sampling, plus all those South Dakota recreational activities that you can enjoy as well.
So it's a family fun event, and you better come hungry because there's going to be tons of food to try. So, Lewis, what are we looking like for Saturday's weather? I hear it's supposed to be a gorgeous day.
Yeah, Monica, it is going to be nice. So unlike last weekend when we had some rain push in, also cooler temperatures this Saturday, oh man, it's going to be nice. We're talking about temperatures in the 80s. A warm air mass is moving through to see where that is. We go to the upper air map. Here's the jet stream. You can just follow this. You can almost think of this as kind of like a highway. The air follows this jet stream, and so when it dips down like this, that's bringing that cooler air in from Canada. So that's why we've been seeing mostly our temperatures anywhere from 50s to 60s. However, as we push this forward, we move this into Wednesday and Thursday, we're seeing this ridge form. So instead of a trough, we're seeing this ridge begin to form. Now Thursday, we're still getting the air moving in from Canada. That's what's cooling our temperatures off. However, we're going to see this ridge slowly begin to push through the weekend and into Monday as well. Now, once we get into Monday, it looks like that ridge has kind of died off a little bit, so it's more of a west to east flow. That's why we're going to see temperatures right about average moving into Monday. However, by the weekend, that's where we're going to see those 80s move into the forecast with plenty of sunshine. Now, our futurecast temperatures for today, we'll stop this at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we'll see temperatures mostly in the 60s. We'll see some 50s as we get into the higher elevations, 57 in Deerfield, 63 in Deadwood, 63 in Sturgis, 61 at Pactola. We'll be at 63 at the Rapid City Regional Airport, 63 also in Buffalo and Camp Crook. Out in the prairies, a little bit warmer, mid to upper 60s, 66 in Midland, 66 also in Phillip, 65 in Kyle. And then as you head down to Hot Springs and Angostura, they'll be at 64 Angostura, 64 in Hot Springs, 63 there in Edgemont. So overall, not a bad day. We'll still be dealing with those mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies overhead. However, once we get later on into the week, like I mentioned, we'll start to clear it out, see a bit more sunshine. Your Tuesday planner is going to show this: 53 by 9 a.m., 59 by noon, 65 by 3 p.m. A little bit of fog this morning, but like the last several days, we'll quickly clear that out, make you way for partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. So we'll take one final look at that 7-day forecast coming up just after the break. We'll see how warm we'll get on both Saturday and Sunday. Stay with us. You're watching News Center 1 Today. We'll be right back.
Wake up in your first home. Wake up in a home with a new address. Wake up in a home with no address. Your dream home evolves, and protecting it takes committed support. American Family Insurance.
Black Hills Barbecue would like to invite you to 2060 West Main Street in Rapid City, South Dakota.
We smoke our meats low and slow on our smoker right outside. Come on down to Black Hills Barbecue and try our delicious ribs, succulent brisket, our smoked pulled pork, amazing smoked ribeyes, all of our sides, desserts, and our wonderful smoked prime rib on Saturdays.
Visit us Sunday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Fridays and Saturdays, we're open until 10.
Come as a customer.
Enjoy our staff and leave as family.
When computer problems knock at your door, call the place you can afford. Affordable Computing Solutions. Don't take matters into your own hands. Bring it down to Affordable Computing Solutions, where we specialize in virus removal and data recovery. Come visit us at 302 East Boulevard North or call 605-343-3747 today. On the go. Affordable Computing Solutions. Oh, yeah.
We know you have a lot to do before you get out the door. That's why News Center 1 Today is up early to get you the local headlines, accurate weather forecast, and a little extra to make sure your day starts out right. News Center 1, your one source for a great day.
Unless you've been living under a spare tire, you're familiar with the term playoffs. And in NASCAR, we have our own. It's called the Chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup. Round 2 is called the Contender. A dozen drivers have made it in, but only 8 will move on for a chance to be one of the final 4 to race for the championship in Miami. So get ready, because this ain't your ordinary playoff. This is the Chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup.
Coverage begins from Charlotte, Saturday on NBC.
Hot dog, that was fun.
Coming up on a Tuesday here on Today, misery and devastation in South Carolina. The rain has stopped, but those deadly floods are wreaking more havoc today. Dams are bursting, making things even worse. We're there live. Plus, Senator Marco Rubio is rising in the polls. We're going to talk to him about his latest surge and how his strength is making him the focus of some negative attention from his opponents. And Rawson to the rescue. Imagine if you spent thousands on concert tickets only to find out that they are fake. Jeff Rawson has a live surprise for some Taylor Swift fans. Plus, some big stars, Hugh Jackman and Carson's buddy from The Voice, Pharrell, stop by as we get started on a Tuesday morning right here on Today.
All right, thank you, Matt. And Lewis, it's finally official.
It's
Your
official.
dreams have come true. As of today, all McDonald's restaurants in the U.S. should be serving breakfast all day.
That's right, all-day breakfast at McDonald's restaurants officially starts today, even though some early bird markets have already been filling breakfast orders all day long.
That's right. A McDonald's spokeswoman says restaurants have been free to offer all-day breakfast as soon as they were ready. The company is counting on longer breakfast hours to help regain momentum in its struggling U.S. sales.
With more than 120,000 tweets asking for all-day breakfast in the past year, McDonald's says it's been the #1 request of customers. And you know,
Always.
I would say one of the frustrating things is, you know, what time do they stop breakfast? Like 10 or 11? And you show up there, you rush there, you're like, I hope they still have breakfast. And like,
And if you're like a minute late.
like, oh no, I'm sorry.
Remember that scene on Big Daddy when he was just 1 minute
It's
late?
like, no,
You got to
I'm
get a
sorry.
Happy Meal instead.
Unfortunately, you can't.
Not anymore.
No longer a problem.
All day breakfast. That sounds so good. And people with like different shifts, you know, that's going to be nice for them too.
Might have to go hit up
Hot
McDonald's.
cakes, that sounds good too.
Yeah, it does.
My
Might have to hit that
tummy's
up
rumbling
right
now.
after. I know. Quick weather, real quick. Tomorrow, we're going to see temperatures in the 70s today, the 60s tomorrow, 74 for a high in Rapid City. 7-day forecast showing temperatures mostly in the 60s and 70s, 80s by the weekend. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning.
We'll see you back here tomorrow morning, 6 a.m.